In an apocalyptic world, a tyrant enslaves the survivors. Two rebels are the last hope for retribution in the madness. Do they have what it takes to cheat death and live to tell the tale? After a nuclear apocalypse, the Earth has turned into a barren wasteland, with society crumbling. Max Rokotansky, a survivor who is haunted by memories of all the people he failed to protect, gets captured by the war boys, the army serving the tyrant Immortal Joe, and is escorted to Joe's stronghold, the Citadel. Max is labeled as a universal blood donor and imprisoned, forced to serve as a blood bag for a sick war boy named Nux. Meanwhile, Imperator Furiosa, who is a trusted lieutenant of Joe's, is dispatched in her armored vehicle to gather gasoline. However, when she deviates from the planned path, Joe realizes that his 5 wives, chosen for reproductive purposes, have disappeared. In response, Joe mobilizes his entire army to chase after Furiosa, asking for support from neighboring Gastown and the Bullet Farm. Nux joins the hunt, with Max attached to his vehicle and functioning as a blood donor. A battle breaks out between Furiosa's vehicle and Joe's soldiers. Furiosa moves through a sandstorm, outmaneuvering most of her pursuers except Nux, who tries to sacrifice himself to destroy the truck. Max breaks free and attacks Nux, but their vehicle is destroyed. Following the storm, Max notices Furiosa rebuilding her vehicle with the wives. Capable, Cheeto, Toast, the Dag, and Ankarad, who is heavily pregnant with Joe's child. Max takes over the vehicle, but the safety mechanism installed by Furiosa deactivates it. Max reluctantly agrees to allow Furiosa and the wives to join him, while Nux, who is abandoned, is rescued by Joe's men. Furiosa makes her way across a canyon controlled by a biker gang, hoping to find safe passage. However, when Joe's men approach, the gang turns on her, forcing her to escape with her group, as the bikers set off bombs to fend off Joe's pursuit. During the chaos, Max and Furiosa fight the pursuing bikers, while Joe's vehicle, now carrying Nux, breaks through the barricade and attacks Furiosa's truck. Despite their efforts to get away, Ankarad falls off the truck in an attempt to protect Max and is fatally struck by Joe's car, causing serious damage to both her and her unborn child. Furiosa tells Max that their destination is the Green Place, a peaceful area she remembers from when she was young. Meanwhile, Capable finds Nux hiding in the truck, crushed by his failure, and comforts him. Later, the vehicle becomes stuck in mud. Furiosa and Max use mines to slow Joe's advancing troops, but the relentless chase continues. Commanded by Joe's ally, the Bullet Farmer, Nux helps Max in freeing the vehicle, while Furiosa shoots and blinds the Bullet Farmer. Max then goes into the darkness to fight the Bullet Farmer and his crew, returning with weapons and supplies. They continue driving the truck through the night, over swamps and deserts, until they come into contact with a naked woman the following day. Max is concerned about a potential trap, but Furiosa approaches the woman and reveals her own origins and clan connection. The naked lady summons her tribe, the Vuvalini, who recognize Furiosa as a member who was abducted as a child. Furiosa is devastated to learn that the marsh they passed through was indeed the Green Place, which is now inhospitable. The group then comes up with a plan to travel over massive salt flats on motorbikes in search of a new refuge. Initially choosing to stay behind, Max has unsettling visions of a child he was unable to save, pushing him to convince the group to return to the Citadel, which lacks defenses but has abundant water and plants held by Joe. They aim to trap Joe and his troops in the Bikers' Canyon. As the group returns to the Citadel, they are ambushed by Joe's men, resulting in Furiosa suffering serious injuries. Joe strategically positions his truck in front of theirs, blocking their movement, while Max fights in an intense battle with Joe's intimidating son, Rictus Erectus. During the mayhem, Joe grabs Toast, but she manages to divert his attention long enough for Furiosa to incapacitate him by removing his breathing device, resulting in his death. In a selfless act, Nux sacrifices himself by deliberately causing the truck to crash, thereby killing Rictus and blocking the canyon, allowing Max, Furiosa, the wives, and the Vuvolini to successfully escape in Joe's vehicle. Max later provides a blood transfusion to Furiosa to help in her recovery from her injuries. When they arrive at the Citadel, deprived people celebrate Joe's death. Furiosa, escorted by the spouses and Vuvolini, is greeted warmly by the crowd and welcomed by the war boys. Max, on the other hand, chooses to leave, sharing a meaningful stare with Furiosa before disappearing into the crowd. Thanks for watching. To catch all the latest from us, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as a new video drops. We'll see you in the next one.